Time no longer. Chapter 3, Part A, 7 Churches. It becomes apparent when reading Revelation that it is a series of distinct prophecies, each with its own purpose and time frame. However, these time frames are not consecutive and tend to overlap in many areas. I believe in order for God to explain his prophecies to humanity, this was very necessary. You may think, why not just spell it out in black and white? I believe the answer is clearly demonstrated in the 4 New Testament Gospels. The fact of the matter is that no one would believe him. Christ was here on the earth in the flesh, and nobody believed him. No one believed him to be God or Messiah or the Savior of this old world. They thought he was a great teacher, a good man, but certainly not a king. They all denied him, as many do now. This is a very typical example of human thinking down through the ages of this earth's history. Jesus lived right in front of their eyes, yet virtually no one figured out who he really was or what he stood for. Humanity makes a constant effort to make the simple things complex and to make the obvious difficult. That is why Jesus loved children so much. Their thought process is so simple, so pure, so honest. Therefore, God in his almighty wisdom gave John information in symbols. His prophetic terms can be understood by any race, tribe, or group of people. Even a child can understand. Prophecy number 1 of John the Revelator deals with God's church after Christ established it on this earth. Beginning with the church called Ephesus, John outlines the difficulties God's church goes through as it progresses down through the centuries of time until the end of the world. This prophecy, number 1, encompasses the history of the Church of God from Christ's death and resurrection in AD 31 until the end of time. The first church, the early church of Ephesus, is praised and admonished. It is praised for its labors and its hate for the Nicolaitans, an evil sect of ill repute whose deeds God hated. The second church, Smyrna, is involved in Revelation's first time prophecy. Revelation 2:10 indicates Smyrna will have 10 days of tribulation. The historical equation proven in Bible prophecy is that a day equals a year. Numbers 14:34 reads, after the number of days in which ye search the land, even 40 days each day for a year, shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years. This text is speaking of the children of Israel, who indeed spent not 40 days, but 40 years in the wilderness before they could enter the promised land. In the study of this prophecy and any other in the Bible, this equation holds up time and time again. Inserting these 10 days concerning the second church of Smyrna into our equation, we arrive at a 10-year time period. The abhorrent persecution of the Christians by the Roman Emperor Diocletian from AD 303 to 313 is the fulfillment of this prophecy. In the middle of the 4th century AD, the Empire of Rome came very close to collapse. There were recessions, inflation, civil war, and even foreign invasions. Sound familiar? Rome was literally in chaos. In AD 257, the Roman hierarchy ordered that the Church of Christianity should be harassed. The Church was becoming somewhat prosperous, which disturbed the Roman government. Christianity was gradually infiltrating some of the higher places in government and society. Christians were marrying governors and army leaders. Diocletian came to power in 284. He was a soldier and gained control of the empire with the support of the army. The first 19 years of his reign were relatively quiet for the church. Diocletian was working to re-establish the power and economy of the empire. He reorganized the empire on a military basis and fixed prices to combat inflation. However, an oracle by Apollo called for an attack on the church as well. The order was given, and a reign of terror and persecution was unleashed on the Christian world of the time. Constantius Chlorus was ruling under Diocletian in Britain and Gaul. He died in AD 306, and his son Constantine was given control. Constantine's mother was thought to have Christian leanings. There were few or no Christians martyred in this region of the Roman Empire. This was thought to have been because Constantine's mother had a great influence on her son. In one battle, Constantine invoked the Lord and won a great victory despite seemingly insurmountable odds. This increased his popularity and helped ease restrictions on Christianity. The monogram CHR was put on the standards of Constantine, and by AD 313 he had successfully eliminated all other Roman leaders in the West. He now looked to advance Christianity throughout the Roman Empire. He persuaded the leader of the Eastern Empire to allow an empire-wide policy of Christian tolerance. It was now possible for the church to own property. Constantine headed the Council of Nicaea in AD 325, which wrote the Nicene Creed, still quoted widely today. Constantine established a new capital of the East in AD 300 and died in AD 337. He was baptized a Christian on his deathbed. Constantine was a leader in the Christianization of the Roman Empire, which placed Christianity into the forefront as the leading religion of the time. In effect, it pushed many of the old pagan beliefs far into the background.